This week on Talk of the Town, we get a quick glimpse into a special event that will be held on Memorial Day. Attend the Tremonton Cemetery or tune in to next week's episode for the full story. Our business spotlight is on Coldwell Banker and the Thomas family. Connie Archibald has your local updates with a citizen's take.
In just a few days, we'll be celebrating Memorial Day throughout our nation and here in Tremonton City at the Tremonton Riverview Cemetery on Monday, May the 27th at 9 o'clock in the morning. Each year our city officials put together this fine Memorial Day program in an effort to honor our military personnel who died in the service of our country. These are those who gave all. They made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Tune in next week for the full story. You won't want to miss this celebration.
We are hoping that we'll have lots and lots of people there in attendance. So this is going to be a very, very special tribute to the fallen, particularly for the Borgstrom brothers.
Memorial Day is meant to be meaningful. I can guarantee you that this year the ceremony will be meaningful at the Riverview Cemetery this Monday, May 27th, as we remember those who are no longer with us. There will be flags and flowers on the graves of our fallen heroes. We invite all citizens to fly their flags at half-mast until noon on Memorial Day.
I've been doing this for about 20 years. Kind of come from a real estate background with my Holly's side of the family. They're all in real estate, and so that was kind of what got me going, I believe. And then when I left Northrop 10 years ago, I just decided to come do this full time. I was kind of doing it on a part-time basis anyway. And then a few years ago, Holly decided to get a little bit involved, and so she got her license, and it's been really great having her help. And then our daughter Andy has kind of been involved in the banking business and a little bit of real estate stuff, but she's been in the mortgage business for the last several years. And so now she's with Academy. It was Academy, now it's Guild Mortgage on a lot of transactions, and she's been doing really well. And then Cody decided this is something she might want to do, so she got her license, like she said, a year or so ago, and it's just been really fun. So, when you can work with your kids and your wife and everything, it just makes things better. And I'm just, I'm happy that they want to spend that much time with me. So.
Yeah, and it's been really good for me too. We do our other business, and so it gives me a lot of time I can kind of make my own schedule. I could just tell how much happier he was once he got into just real estate, and that was his full-time job. He got to make his own schedule. Not saying it's hard. It's a hard business to be in, and it takes a lot of work, but it just seemed like something that I would like to do. So
I've always loved our office for a lot of reasons. One thing that's been really good is Gary, our broker, Gary Matson, does a great job of training. Never stops with trainings, continuously mentoring newer agents. Will do all he can to provide all the help they need. Keeps us up on the latest information that we need that's important in this business, laws, rules, changes. And the other thing that's been really fun is our office has always had just such a great atmosphere as far as helping each other. I mean, back when I first started, I would go to Bev Thompson all the time for help, and she's always been very helpful. And then when I got into it and she needed help when she was out of town or something, I was able to help her. And we've just always had that kind of attitude here. We're really trying to help and make our office the best. It's like when we do the parade together and do our customer appreciation cookout together, we all are there and we all get along great. And so we just have a really good atmosphere. Honestly, one thing we've always prided ourselves in, and me from the very beginning, is we just want to have real relationships with our clients, kind of create those relationships, have real conversations, whether it's sellers or buyers, and I've always, even working with first-time home buyers, which we get to do a lot of, and Cody's been really good at helping with a lot of first-time home buyers, and she's really good at it. She's a good people person, and people just love her. So but you know, we have those real conversations, and I tell every first-time home buyer I work with, like, you know what, I'm going to treat you like my own kid, my own child, and if I don't think this is a good move for you, and I think you might be needing to rethink things, then I'm going to tell you that. You know, we just create, and then that's just been really good, I think, over the years, creating those relationships, because, you know, I'll be honest, I would bet that 80 to 90% of my business at this point in my career is word of mouth and referrals from repeat and past customers and past friends, and so that means a lot to me, you know, and so that's kind of one thing we just try to really pride ourselves on. What do you think, Code?
Yeah, like we're not just trying to get a sale out of anybody. We're trying to actually help people and do what's best for them.
You know, the market is ever changing, and right now we're in a market that's just one that is totally unique from anything I've ever seen. And it's funny because in that many years, you know, we saw some really bad markets in like the 2008, 2009 time frame. We saw some crazy years the past few years, 2020 through 2022-ish. And then the last couple of years, you know, there's just a lot of things going on with the economy and interest rates. And so the best thing I can suggest is, you know, get with a real estate professional and get educated. That's one thing we love to do, is just provide education for folks, because even though right now, you know, interest rates are up, we don't know really for sure. Nobody can predict what's going to happen in the next few months or the rest of this year. But there are some opportunities out there, and there's some folks that we're helping take advantage of some really good opportunities and getting in some homes at a little better price. You know, there's sellers that are willing to maybe help pay some of their closing costs. There's opportunities to buy down an interest rate, and then on the selling side, we're able to really help strategize with the sellers to help them get the most out of their home in this market. And so there's still a lot. It's really a good market, even though it's just totally unique. But I'd say the best thing anyone can do is just get with us and get educated. You know, find out really what the market's doing, and because we're in it, we know what, you know, we're just in the middle of it every day.
Well, me starting out just as a realtor this last year, I think a tip would be to really get with more educated realtors, more seasoned, experienced, because they can help you a lot. It's hard to get into on your own, and especially right now, it is such a weird market that, yeah, it's a really hard job if you don't know what you're doing, and but I think it will really pay off, but you have to be patient. We love being here. I think we love like the small, tight-knit community. My husband and I both live here also, and my dad and I are actually both coaches for the high school girls golf, and so that's a lot of fun too. And just, yeah, we just get to talk to a lot of the people around the community, and it's just fun to be here. I think it would be a lot different in a big city if we didn't know everybody. And
yeah, that's true. You know, I get to do some transactions down south in Weber and even Davis County. It seems like almost every year a few, but most of our business is up here, and I love the small town. We still have a small town feel about us, community, and where you do know folks. And you know, looking back on the last 10 years of coaching golf and building relationships with kids and families, and now we're able to help them get into homes. So that's been really fun, you know. Mm-hmm. And but you know, it's funny because I was telling Cody the other day, when I started coaching golf 10 years ago, I used to ask all the new kids that I didn't know, I'm like, who's your parents? Well, now I found out I have to start asking, who's your grandparents? So I'm getting old. But no, I think it's just great being around here, and even though we're growing, we do still have that small town feel about us, and you just know people, and you get to build those relationships with families, and it's nice.
Whether you are buying or selling, you need to know you have someone in your corner who can help you get through that process. The realtors at Coldwell Banker are there to help you get into your home, whether it's a starter or your forever. Talk of the Town is made possible by supportive sponsors who love our community. Show your love by supporting them today.
I want to start off by just saying that there's lots of really fun developments taking place in Tremonton City right now. First of all, 1000 North. It's a road that's needed repair and widening for some years, but as most of you know, our city doesn't go into debt for very many things, and so our city has been saving money in order to make these repairs. So the road will be shut down for about 30 days, and this will start about June 1st. You can start to kind of anticipate that. The workers plan to do the necessary easements, curb and gutter, and then, of course, the tapping into the different landscapes that are there, the different yards. So this is going to take place. The expense of this project is about $1.7 million. Staker Parsons won the bid on that, and they will take over the project. There may be a little bit of inconvenience with Radio Hill, those that live on Radio Hill. So if you could just hang in there, and soon there will be improvements that will be worth those few minutes extra that you need to take in order to get to downtown. 1200 South will also be worked on. 1650 West will be another road that the City Council has been discussing. So stay tuned for that. That's an exciting thing to have 1000 North repair and the widening of that. Also, possible city government changes. Most of you over the last few years, if you've ever been at the city offices, have had an opportunity to visit with Lindsay Nesson, who is currently our city recorder and also our HR director. These two positions are extensive, and the city council is now discussing dividing the two different positions and hiring someone to do one or the other. But Lindsay Nesson has done a wonderful job as our city recorder and also our HR director. Also on city government side of things, our city manager, Mark Christensen, has taken another position in Ivans as our park and recreations director. Mark did an internship many, many years ago in Ivans and found that to be his dream job. He had an opportunity to apply for that, and they offered him, of course, that position. Mark's a valuable employee. So we're going to be hiring a brand new city manager. And so currently the city council is interviewing individuals for that position, and we've had lots of great candidates. We're excited for that. Let's talk a little bit about Midland Square. What a great place. Beautiful place. The farmers market started up on May 4th on Saturday. It always takes place on that first Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is a time when booths can be set up and you can sell homemade goods. There's food trucks. There's children's activities that take place there as well. But there's been some concern from the veterans, and we all love the veterans. Across our county, this last farmers market, numerous veterans came to just peruse the farmers market and get a feel for what was going on there, and they found it to be very complimentary. The veterans that did attend and actually came out found it to be complimentary with the memorial itself, and people were respectful, and it was a respected exhibit during the entire farmers market. But what's coming up at the farmers market this summer? The first thing that's going to be happening besides our farmers market is going to be our Chalk Art Festival. I don't know if you've ever been to that, but wow, it's incredible. I think last year I went 4 different days and just looked at the art and was amazed by those artists that came and did that chalk art exhibit. So I would encourage everyone to bring their families out to the next farmers market, which will be the first Saturday of each month through the month of October from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come and stay as long as you would like to. Spend a few minutes with your family at the memorial. That would be a really good thing, and talk about the importance of our veterans and this service that they offer our community. Let's talk for a few minutes about the animal shelter. The animal shelter is currently smaller than what our city is needing. We've had a animal control officer. Her name is Julie Beagley. Julie has done an amazing job in that position, but it's been on a part-time basis. And Julie is finding that we really need a full-time animal control officer. And so Julie is ready to do that. In the state of Utah, the standard is to have a no-kill animal shelter, and that is how Tremonton takes care of their animals as well. So a no-kill shelter is what we uphold. So stay tuned for that. I am supportive of that. I think Julie and her family do an amazing job with the animals in our city. If you happen to be near the animal shelter, which is by the Tremonton Public Works building, you'll notice her family in the evenings walking the animals. And she just does an amazing job with taking care of our animals. And it is my belief that a full-time position with as many animals as we have in Tremonton, it would be well for us to have that. Probably one of the most pressing issues is that the City Council is currently preparing a tentative budget for the fiscal year 2025. Budgets are at best an estimate. They are not an exact science, but each year the City Council sits down and looks at each budget and comes up with what they consider to be reasonable, logical, their best estimate on budget. Sales tax, of course, is one of our largest sources of revenue in Tremonton City. And it's proposed that this year that city employees receive a 3% cost of living allocation. City employees and our mayor have been very successful over the past 18 months in receiving lots of grant monies, and this really helps us as a city. And we hope to be able to be rewarded many more grants as time goes on. But best of all, and listen carefully, there will not be any tax increase this year. And that's really, really important. Final budget adoption will be discussed at the City Council meeting on Tuesday, June 18th. So if you have questions, I invite you to come to the first meeting in June. I believe it's the first Tuesday in June is when we'll be meeting to discuss further the tentative budget. But this is going to be one of the main topics, is deciding where to put the money. But we will be discussing and making final arrangements or adopting the final budget on Tuesday, June 18th, the City Council meeting at 7 o'clock. I invite you to join us. It's great to be involved in Tremonton City and to be a part of the good.
We're here to open up our drawings from our anniversary celebration we had last week, and we had a great time. We want to thank the community for all the support. We had a really good week with lots of visitors and treats and everything. So we've got Wakely and Dally here to help us with our drawings. So we're going to open these up and see who our winners are. So the first one is 1 month of semaglutide. Wakely, will you pull one of those out? Mix it up good and pull one out of there. All right. Let's see who it says. Autumn White is the winner for the semaglutide. And the next one is for $100 of office cash. All right, Dally, reach in there, mix them up good. Pick one in there. Is that the one you want? Let's see what it says. All right, that says Kylie Hunsaker. Okay, so she gets the $100 office cash. Facial filler. Maybe one of you girls will win this one. Get your lips filled in. Reach in there, find one. What'd you find? Let's see. Maddie Morris is the winner for the facial filler. This is the Botox treatment. All right. Okay, Dally, see who gets the Botox. Mix it up good. You got one? Yvonne Bronson is the winner for the Botox. An IV infusion. This will be fun. Okay. Wakely, who gets the IV infusion? What does it say? Justine M. gets the win for the IV infusion. The biggest one of all is the trampoline. All right. You got to mix this one up really good, okay? Dally, reach in there, reach clear to the bottom, mix it up good. Put your hand in there, mix it up, go clear to the bottom. Pick one at the very bottom. All right, which one do you got? There we go. Let's see who gets the trampoline. Penny Dennis. Well, once again, thank you everybody for all your support. Thank you, Wakely and Dally, for helping draw these out. And we'll be in touch with the winners and more fun in the future. Thanks, everybody.
Tune in next week for the full story and a recap of the events held at the Tremonton Cemetery after Memorial Day. It's all here on Talk of the Town.